There's a moment when the mask slips. You see them for who they really are. And they know you see them. This is where things get interesting. Now, before we go further, let me be clear. When I say evil, I don't mean the villains in capes twirling their mustaches. I'm talking about the people who move through the world with calculated harm. The ones who thrive in manipulation, deceit, and power. And when they realize they've been caught, they don't retreat. Oh no, they escalate. When someone who operates with deception realizes you've uncovered the truth, their immediate response is rarely an outright admission of guilt. Instead, they retreat into evasion and denial. Because for them, self-preservation isn't just a preference, it's a survival mechanism. They don't panic, at least not on the surface. Instead, they act as if nothing has changed. They carry on as though you never saw what you saw, never heard what you heard, and never pieced together the puzzle that exposes them. If you confront them, they respond with confusion, as if your words are foreign to them. Wait, what are you even talking about? That never happened. You must be misunderstanding the situation. The goal isn't just to deny, it's to make you second guess yourself. They want you to question your own reality, to wonder if maybe, just maybe, you got it all wrong. And here's where it gets tricky, because if they do it well enough, you might start to believe them. You might replay events in your mind, trying to pinpoint where you misinterpreted things. You might tell yourself, maybe I overreacted. Maybe I read too much into it. Maybe I'm being unfair. That's the power of denial. It plants doubt. And doubt is a slow poison, the art of gaslighting. At its core, evasion and denial are often laced with gaslighting, a tactic designed to make you feel unstable or irrational for even bringing up the truth. They don't just deny facts, they deny your ability to perceive reality correctly. You could show them proof, messages, recordings, eyewitness accounts, and they'll still look you in the eye and say, that's not what happened. They'll rewrite history in real time. They'll downplay, reframe, or flat out reject the evidence. And if you push back, they'll shake their head with a mix of pity and amusement, as if to say, wow, I can't believe you think that. And suddenly, instead of focusing on their actions, you find yourself defending your own perception. You're explaining, proving, justifying, while they sit back and watch you unravel. Feigning innocence and playing dumb when outright denial isn't enough, they shift tactics. They act confused. They claim they don't remember. They furrow their brows and say, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. They pretend to be so far removed from the situation that it becomes exhausting for you to even continue the conversation. And that's intentional. They want you to give up. They want you to get tired of fighting, of pushing, of trying to make them see the truth, because they have no intention of seeing it. Their innocence is a performance. And like any good performance, it's convincing. Why do they do this? Because for them, truth is dangerous. If they admit what they did, they have to deal with the consequences, whether that's losing trust, facing accountability, or having to change their behavior. And most of the time, they aren't willing to do that. Denial is their shield, evasion is their escape route. If they can make you believe that there's no fire, then they don't have to worry about putting it out. What can you do? Hold your ground. Trust what you saw, trust what you know. Because if someone is working this hard to deny reality, it's not because you're wrong, it's because they're afraid of what happens if you stop believing their lies. Once an individual who thrives on deception realizes that you see through them, they don't back down, they double down. This is when the manipulation not only continues but intensifies. They know they're exposed, and instead of taking responsibility, they shift into overdrive, using every trick in the book to regain control. Because for them, it's never about the truth, it's about power. At this stage, They're no longer just covering their tracks. They're actively working to distort your perception, control your emotions, and force you into submission. Their goal? To make you question yourself, to silence you, and to ensure that their version of reality prevails. Turning up the gaslighting. If they were gaslighting you before, now they're turning up the heat. Instead of simply denying the truth, they make you feel like you're crazy for even considering it. They don't just say, that never happened. Now they say, I can't believe you would even think that of me. Wow, you must be really paranoid. This is why people don't trust you. You always assume the worst. Notice the shift. Instead of just refuting the facts, they attack your credibility. They make you feel like the problem isn't what they did, it's you for noticing it. If they can make you question your own judgment, they win. Because once doubt creeps in, you become easier to control. Emotional manipulation, playing the victim, one of their most powerful weapons is flipping the script. If you confront them, if you hold them accountable, they don't just defend themselves, they become the victim. I can't believe you'd accuse me of that. After everything I've done for you, this is how you treat me? You're hurting me by even suggesting this? They turn the conversation away from their actions and onto their feelings. Suddenly, you're no longer talking about what they did. You're being forced to comfort them, to reassure them, to apologize. And if you refuse, they escalate. They might cry. They might rage. They might withdraw completely, giving you the silent treatment so that you feel guilty instead of them. It's all about making you feel responsible for their emotions, so you back off from holding them accountable, rewriting the narrative. They know that perception is everything. If they can't convince you that you're wrong, they'll start working on everyone around you. This is where they begin twisting the story. They plant seeds of doubt in others before you can even speak up. They'll say things like, I don't know what's going on with them lately. They've been acting really paranoid. They're just looking for something to be mad about. I think they're struggling emotionally. I'm worried about them. Now, instead of people believing you when you expose them, they've already been primed to think you're the unstable one. By the time you come forward, their web of deception is already in place. Triangulation. Pitting people against each other. If they really want to maintain control, they won't just manipulate you, they'll manipulate others to fight their battles for them. They'll go to mutual friends, family members, or colleagues and create division. They'll say, I don't want to cause drama, but they've really been acting strange. I just want to make sure you see both sides of the story. I hate being caught in the middle, but I think you should know what's really going on. Now, people you once trusted start distancing themselves from you. You feel isolated. You feel like the bad guy. And the manipulator, they sit back and watch as their work takes effect, all while pretending to be the innocent party caught in the crossfire. Testing your reactions, another tactic they use during this phase, is pushing boundaries. Small, calculated actions to see how much you'll tolerate. They might tell a tiny lie and see if you call them out. They might make a subtle insult disguised as a joke. They might take a small risk to see if you're still paying attention. Every time you let something slide, they learn that they still have power over you. Every time you hesitate, they know they can still manipulate you. Why do they do this? Because manipulation is their lifeline. Without it, they lose control. And losing control means facing the truth, something they will do anything to avoid. They manipulate because it's how they survive. Because deception is their armor, and if you break through it, they have nothing left. What can you do? Stay grounded. Stay firm. Trust your intuition. Recognize their tactics for what they are. Don't engage in their mind games. Seek support from people who truly know and believe you. Most importantly, don't let them rewrite reality, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it, and no amount of manipulation can change what you know deep down. When people who operate through deceit, manipulation, and control realize they've been exposed, they don't take accountability. Instead, they reach for one of the most effective shields in their arsenal: the victim card. They don't just deny wrongdoing. They don't just evade responsibility. They go a step further and paint themselves as the one who has been wronged. This is not just a defense mechanism.